right, thank you for joining us. I was really pleased with how we competed on Saturday. Certainly not the outcome that we wanted, but as Coach Richmond alluded to, the environment, the hostile environment that he experienced, we most certainly did too, and that's a lot of credit to the fans of North Dakota and understanding the where women's basketball fits in the landscape, and that was just an awesome environment to be a part of. And for our players in the last 10 days, 2 weeks or so, to really grow in the competitive nature and the mental toughness to be able to compete the way that we did, tie game going into that fourth quarter, shows a lot of growth from last year, from 2 years ago, and something I'm very pleased with. At the same time, we need to continue that progress and that growth, and certainly that has happened the last couple of days with individual workouts and their own personal confidence, but also will continue to take place Thursday and Friday as we get back to our team in preparation for Saturday's game.
Last year during the holiday, your team took a big step forward. You took NDSU to the wire. You beat USD, got a road win at Denver. How can this team get better and make the same kind of strides that team did a year ago?
I think it's important to realize all the aspects that these young people are going through right now. And some of them, it's the first time they're away from home. Some of it's the academic jump from high school to college. Some of it's just the college basketball and their role. And so for us to be able to eliminate one of those things being the academic rigors and allowing them to really dive in and focus over a semester break just provides us more time and more mental energy for that. I think where we can maybe get back to where we have been earlier is our bigs getting out and running the floor and having more confidence in that. I think we share the basketball very, very well, but diversifying how we share it. We're not necessarily getting the early offense opportunities that we were earlier in this season. And then some of that is film, some of that is being scouted and whatnot. But I think that's an area for us to improve upon during the break. And also, just making shots. We talk a lot about over the Christmas break being pro athletes and having that opportunity for 2 or 3 weeks. And so spending time in the gym and really being secure and confident in your own offensive skills help our team, help the chemistry, help the defensive end. As odd as that sounds, when young players are feeling confident about their own game, they're willing to do more and give more in things that they're not confident in. So we're excited to play on Saturday, hit the road, have a little time off, but certainly a lot to look forward to and to grow from and grow into over the holiday break.
How different of a matchup is it this year against this Cal Poly team, just in who you guys are?
Sure. They still have their twins are playing very well. They play today. I think they're currently playing right now, so we'll be interested to see that box score again. But certainly we're a different team. We're a stronger team on the perimeter. That's one thing I was very pleased with up in Grand Forks was our guards' ability to kind of hold their own, a huge growth from last year. And obviously on the interior, we just have different people. And so that's going to be a different matchup. And as we're seeing, it's different from game to game, who's comfortable, who's got the confidence, how they're playing our freshmen versus RJ, things like that. So it's hard to always predict the interior game just because we're so young and figuring ourselves out a little bit. But I think it's a good opportunity for us. This is a common opponent. As much as we don't talk about that, they know it. They're a different team. We're a different team. And so there's not a whole lot of remember this from last year. But there is a mental component that I know they talk about, and meaning our players, and then there's a comfortability there. But as Coach Richmond said earlier, it's a lot about what are we doing. We're a very different team. So yeah, we go back and watch the film, but there's not a whole lot that you can say, oh, well, this works, so let's do it again. We're just a different team, and we have a different offense now.
That being said, is there a confidence that you have seen and imagine you'll continue to see from what your ladies were able to do up in Grand Forks, just knowing how those games went last year compared to the one you played on Saturday?
Absolutely. I have much more confidence in every single time our team is together. From a consistency perspective. Last year, I was confident that we have good players, but the inconsistency of youth always was in the back of my mind, where during the national anthem this year, I know what we're going to do. I'm more confident in how we are going to present ourselves. So when I have that, I know I exude that to our players, which then, pick it up from me. So being a year older in many things does give us confidence, and I think it gives them confidence within each other too. You know, and I think you see that with our assists up and our turnovers down, that they've got more confidence in each other's skills and where they're going to be and what they can count on each other for.
Coach, I was actually going to ask you about your assist-to-turnover ratio. You rank in the top 20 nationally in assist-to-turnover. Kind of just discuss, you know, the success of your team sharing and as well as taking care of the basketball, specifically your guards in Sarah Jacobson and Marina Fernandez.
Mm-hmm. When you talk about growth and you talk about progress, a lot of that goes on the physical strengths that players have and their time during the season, but certainly out of season with Coach Mead and what he can do in the weight room gives them confidence on the floor. Taking care of the basketball is a conversation. Sharing the basketball is a conversation. However, our assist-to-turnover ratio is not the goal. That's the byproduct of the progress that we are committed to, which is obviously very positive, you know, a very positive statistic to have. But it comes down to our ball strength, reducing our turnovers, but also on the assist portion of it, genuinely playing for each other and buying one, you know, top to bottom, buying into the concept of being a willing passer, being a willing decoy, and being a willing scorer. That when you know, I mean, Taylor said it sitting up here a few games ago, when you've got confidence knowing that the person that's checking in for you is going to keep going where you left off, you know, that speaks to the culture, that speaks to the chemistry. Again, the byproduct is a very positive assist-to-turnover ratio, but it's the progress and the process that we talk about and we focus on day to day that gives us that result.